Alright, so welcome back to another one of these. Today we're going to be working on the character movement, game over, and the jump scares. So first things first, I already started putting the character, like I put Frank, Barnabas, Cameron, and I also put their jump scares. Okay, so for the movement, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using counters. And what this does is, okay, first you're going to need a variable, or variables for certain characters. So right here it says Frank status, which is going to be the status of the character. I'm just showing the variable so I can see how it looks, or seeing the position of the character. So what you're going to want to do is when Frank status equals 1, or whichever character status you have, it's going to do forever, and it's going to be if monitor status equals true, and it's going to be inside of a different, hold on, let me see. Yeah, it's going to be inside of a different if else statement. So forever if monitor status equals 2, it's going to also do if current cam equals 1, show, else hide. Which means if it's a different camera besides the one camera that we selected and he's supposed to be on, it's going to show it. Otherwise, if it's not on the selected camera that he's on, it's going to hide. And then else, you're going to hide it. So what this does, which I already explained it just right now, if you go inside the camera, see, they're currently on camera 1. His status is also 1. So when his status equals 1 and we're on camera 1, he's going to appear. But if we're on a different camera, he's going to disappear because he's not on that camera. But 1 in camera 1, since he's on camera 1, he's going to appear. And if the monitor status is different than 2, it's not going to show at all, even if we're on the same camera. So we're going to do that for each and every one of his movements. Okay, so first things first, you're going to want to set the certain size that you want to have him on that camera. So when he's going to be in camera 1, set size to 300, and his look is going to turn off. I set different ones, like he has an off, Frank 1 when he's on, 2 when he's completely like pitch black and you can't see him, and 3 is his Freddy phase, like when Freddy's hiding in the dark and all you can see is pupils. You could do more depending on how many cameras you have. It doesn't have to be like all these same ones. You could just have their different looks on different images. That way it switches to that certain one. So it's also going to be right here because he's going to be in that position as well. He's going to be off. His size is going to be 300. He's going to show. Okay. So yeah, we're going to hide him. I'm just showing the variable. And what else we're going to want to do is we're going to have another variable. But this one is going to be the counter. Let's call it the Frank movement counter. Frank movement counter. What this is going to do is going to count down every time he's going to move. Set it to, let's see. It's going to be, where is it at? Random value from 100 to, actually we'll do 50 to 150. Okay. When scene starts, forever, If is true, then we're going to, where's it at? Change variable by -1. Change, it's going to change variable, Frank movement status, Frank movement counter. It's going to change variable Frank movement counter by 1. So it's going to subtract. It's going to be wait functions. It's just going to be random, completely random. It's going to be 0.01 to 0.5. And then we're also going to make another variable. Copy brick. It's going to be Frank counter active. Okay, so it's going to set the Frank counter active. Set value to 1. And this is going to be forever. If Frank counter active equals 1, then it's gonna subtract it. So I'm gonna make it visible. Show variable encounter active. Visually, it is gonna be, well, I'll put it right here. So since Frank counter active is gonna equal 1, it's gonna subtract it. Oh, wrong one. What I wanted to do is I wanted to do Frank movement counter. Show Frank movement counter. See, it's going down. Every time it reaches 0, it's going to decide whether he's going to move or not. But I'm going to set it to 0. When I set it to 0, it's... oh, what the heck? Do I need the forever statement? Oh, I think I had it on the wrong way. Let's see. Yeah, it's not moving. You're supposed to have the change variable underneath the if is true. Okay, so we're going to make it every time it reaches 0. When Frank movement counter equals 0, we're going to set up 2 variables. It's going to be selected number Frank. Selected number Frank. Set variable to is going to choose selected number Frank. Oh, no. It's going to random value from 0 to 11. Actually, let's make it 13. Random value from 0 to 13. So what it's going to do, it's going to pick a number, and based on that number, the number Frank movement counter is going to be greater than, if it's greater than 6, when selected number Frank is greater than 6. Like this. It's going to where's it? Change variable Frank status by 1. So if it's greater than 6, he's gonna move. But if it's lower than 6, it's gonna stay the same. So I'm going to show these variables to see if it works. Oh, if it equals 0, make sure to set variable frame counter active to 0. Then you're going to copy this one because it's going to set the frame counter back up. And this is just going to activate it again. Oh, wait, what the heck did I do? Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to make these visible. Or we also need to add another variable. I know we're going to be using a lot of variables. Just going to set selecting number Frank. Set variable to selecting number Frank. And what that's going to do is, if it's true, then it's going to add the status. If it equals 1, if selecting number Frank equals 1, it's going to add. Yeah, so it's going to set it back to 0. Copy break. And then I need to set the frame counter active back to 1. That way we can see whether it works or not. So the counter is going to go down. And then it's going to select a number when it goes all the way down. So that means the number, the Frank status, which is one of the ones right here, I don't know which one it is, it'll either add 1 or it'll just stay the same. If it stays the same, he's just not going to move. If it changes, then he's going to move. See? So, oh, we got to fix that too. See, so it shows 2. Or it shows 4. Which is less than 6, so it's not supposed to be adding. Oh, yeah, I know what I did wrong. Where's it at? Yeah, we only want it when it's lower than 6. Or I'm getting the symbols mixed up. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I messed it up. That's not... Oh, wrong one. This is less than 6. We want it when it's greater than 6, so it's this symbol. So what we're going to want to do is, after that, we're going to set variable to a random value again. Oh, God. And then what it'll do is it'll go back up, or it'll subtract more. It'll stop at 0, and then it'll add. See, so it shows 10. It added 1, which is greater than 6, so it's going to add 1. It shows 12, so it's gonna add again. I don't know why it stopped. We're going to wait 0.5 seconds. Okay. Till 12, so it's gonna add. Shows 7, so it's gonna stay the same. It should be going back to a random number. I don't know why it's doing that. Unless I have to make it a forever statement. Usually always seems to work when I put a forever statement on it, even if it's the simplest thing. So let me see. Maybe that's the reason it's doing that. Alright, so let's try this again. Yeah, so it shows 3, it's going to stay the same. It shows 5, so it's going to stay the same. And the counter reset. So it might have been might have needed the forever statement. So it shows 1. He's going to stay in the same place. So I want to see until it chooses a greater number, it'll add. I know it'll add, but I want to see if the counter continues to count down. Okay, so it shows 10. Should have added 1. Because it's greater than 6. So it should have... Change Frank's status by 1. Yeah, so I should have added 1. Okay, because it's taking so long, I'm going to change the seconds. Be 0.05 seconds. Okay, so it's going down. Okay, it's going to stay in the same place. 12. You should have added 1. I think when the counter goes down, or if it goes down completely, it'll add it. See, like after this counter, after it goes down again, it might add it. Oh no, it didn't. So I don't know why it's doing that. Unless it's adding it when the number is... What the heck? Yeah, it's adding it when the number is lower. Yeah. Okay. I think I might have messed up the greater than and equal to stuff, but it still seems to work, so it doesn't really matter. It's still a 50% chance. No. We're gonna work on his movements. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is Frank will only have like, okay, how many cameras are there? 1, 2. I only want to make a move from cam 1, 2, 4, and 6. So he'll only have 4 stages. 5th, when he's in the office. So, frick. If Frank's status is lower than 1. Am I using it right? if it's less than 5, if it's less than 5, it'll continue to do it. So that means when it reaches his 5th phase, it'll stop counting down. Yeah, so stop counting down. Once he reaches the phase 5, he's supposed to be right here on the door. So it should be fine. What we want to do now is edit his movements. Go back to Frank's status. Copy script. Frank status equals 2. And if monitor status equals 2. If current cam equals 2, he'll switch his location. So if it goes up to 2, he's in 1 right now. So if he goes up to 2, oh, what the heck? Whoa, what the heck? Alright, so I'm gonna try something different. So we're gonna add another variable. I know, so much variables, I swear. When it equals 0, Frank number. Compare Frank number or whatever character it is, that way you don't get mixed up. Compare Frank number. Set random. Random value 0 to 13. I think that's what I put. And then when selected number Frank less than or equal to compare Frank number. I don't know why I'm. Ugh. That's good, man. If it's less than. If it's less than, compare Frank number. Yeah, let's go do that. If selected number is greater than or equal to selected number Frank. Or not selected number Frank, compare Frank number. I'm just gonna leave it as less than for now. So what I think that'll do is that it'll generate 2 different numbers and it'll compare them. Okay, so whoa, okay. It automatically added it, which is not something we wanted to do. Well, I mean, at least it's working. We know it's working because it's adding them. Okay, what we're going to do for now is where is it at? Selected number Frank. Compare number Frank. So I'm going to make it a 10. or 1. Yeah, so it'll change it to 1. There we go. Now it's doing it properly. It'll keep adding it until it reaches 4 or 5. There we go. So now that it's 5, he should be by the door. But we haven't programmed that yet. Oh, I gotta organize this. Okay, so what I did is I changed it a little bit. When Frank status equals 1, it's gonna be forever. Then inside the forever, you're gonna repeat until Frank status is different than 1. And then inside that, you're gonna put the if monitor status 2 and then all that. So let me copy this. If Frank status is 2, Frank status is 2, repeat until Frank status is different than 2. Because I want it to be in the cam 4 during his third phase. Then we'll see if that works first. She's on number 2. Still number 2. Changes to 3, he should go by the bathroom. He's still there. Disappeared, and he went to Camp 4. So then we want him to go to Camp 6. When his 4th phase. Copy script. When Frank status equals 4. Current cam equals 6. Fuck. Frank status is different than 4. He will be by the hall. And then copy script. He will hide. Frank status equals 5. Different than 5. So that means when he reaches his 5th one, he will be at the door instead of the camera. Then he'll be at cam 6. And then when he reaches the 5th one, he won't be anywhere on the camera. He'll be right here instead. So now that we got that done, we have to make him look how we want him to look. So this is optional. I'm doing it because I don't have any other looks for him except for the other ones, but I need to make them a certain size and position. So Frank status equals 2. We'll set his size to 100 or 125. Okay, now he's right there. There we go. go. And he will appear at the door. He's not on any of the cameras anymore. Now, we gotta make them move. Which is exactly the same thing, you just gotta change everything to their own status. Which is what we're gonna do right now. Okay, I don't need to show variable anymore. Current cam. Okay. Now, what we're gonna do is we're going to... Where are they at? Oh, there we go. Barnabas is next. What I'm going to do is I'm going to backpack this stuff. Backpack this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Movement. There we go. It's unpacked. I'm going to backpack his variable areas. Starts. Name it variable starts. Move this all the way to the top. So, selected number Frank instead is going to be selected number Barn, because I don't want to type his whole name. Compare Frank number is going to be compare Barn number. You get adjust everything. Instead of Frank, it's going to be Barnabas. So it's going to be selecting number Barn. Selecting number Barn. Is it going to be Barnabas status? I already had his status. Barn status. Current cam. Barn movement counter. Barn movement counter. Barn movement counter. Frank counter active is going to be barn counter active. Barn counter active. So once he starts, Frank movement counter is going to be barn movement counter. Barn movement counter. Frank counter active is going to be barn counter active. Barn counter active. I'll do barn status 5 because I'm not sure which ones I'm going to want to do yet. So barn status is 5. Selecting number Frank. Selecting number barn and compare barn number. There you go. I changed everything to theirs. So I'm gonna want to show a variable barn movement counter. So when barn status is 1, barn status is 1 is gonna go right here. So if I did it correctly. Actually, let me check something real quick. Okay, yeah, barn counter active, yeah. Yeah, I forgot to make it a barn movement counter. Barn movement counter equals 0, then it'll do all the barn stuff. See, I was confused. Just kept going. See, so status is 2. Status is 3. Selecting number Frank. Another thing I forgot to change. Make sure it's always selecting to the certain character you want it to be. This will be repeat until barn status. So barn status is different than 1. Okay. Not do that. Repeat. Current cam equals 1. It's off. Alright. This equals 2. It's going to bar status is different than 2. Current cam equals 2. Go. So it should change. Yeah. Frank is moving, but I gotta slow him down because I can't keep up with Barn over here. So for now, every 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds, then he'll move. Because then you pay attention to the barn over here. I need to check if everything of his is working. Barn counter active, barn status, barn movement counter, selecting number barn, comparing number barn, selecting number barn. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna do the same thing we did with Fred. Except change his movements. So barn, I want it to be in cam 3. Using cam 3, he'll show up. That's his second movement. So he should be in this camera now. Then he should be in this camera. He should be in cam 5, yep. And when he's in his 5th phase, he should disappear and his counter will stop. Okay. So, next is Cameron's turn. But let me save my stuff before I lose it. Cameron. Yes, okay. So I'm going to... Oh, I can't delete that one yet. I'll delete this one. Backpack. Unpack. Damn it! There we go. And all this will be Cameron. Give me a second though. Okay, so I'm gonna go into Barnabas's and change Barman. Let me see the Cameron movement counter and compare Cameron number and selected Cameron number. There we go. So instead of Barnabas's or Frank's, it'll be hers now. So that means when she changes to Cam 2, she will disappear. What the heck? Oh, I think that might not be hers. Oh wait, what the heck? It is hers. Okay. I got to slow down Barnabas's now. There we go. Cameron. Need to see his Cameron status. Yeah, so she's disappeared now. Now then we gotta make her movement. So I want her to move to Cam 1, 4, 1, 2, 4, and 6. 1, 2, 4, and 6. And then she'll disappear. So she will also have 5 phases. Okay, so... So when camera status equals 1, camera status different than 1, monitor status, current cam, camera off. Okay. Is make them stop moving when certain characters are at the door. Which we will only do for Cameron and Frank, because they use the same door. Okay, so then where is the counter? Okay, right here. Brick. If Frank status, where is Frank status? Frank status is lower than 5. So that means she will stop her counter. And we'll do the same thing for Frank, because they share the same area. Cameron status. There. So now that'll stop them. Alright. So we got their movements because they're moving pretty good. Now we will make when they're at the door. So what we're gonna want to do is, so Fred, this should be his, okay, Fred at door is what we're gonna call it. Yeah, so that's his basic one. That's the one we want. And we're gonna put this behind the office. Here we go. Yeah, he'll have to be right there. That's awesome. Especially, I'll have to move him a little bit. There we go. He'll also have to be behind the light, because we're not supposed to see him. We're supposed to see him when the light's on. Also gotta slow down Cameron's counter right now. So when he's at the door, he will pop up. But we only want that when his phase is 5. So when Frank status equals 5 becomes true, show. And if Frank's status is different than 5, hide. We're just putting this for now. We're gonna change it up. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make Frank's counter faster again. That way we can see when he moves. Okay, yeah, he's moving. Okay, he's in Camp 6. He's not there yet, but when he is, he'll disappear and then he'll appear behind the door. Yeah, there we go, see? Now we gotta make sure it counts down when he's at the door. So we're gonna Frank jump scare counter active. Frank jump scare counter active. And then when it's 1, when Frank jump scare counter active equals 1, it's gonna count down. Gonna repeat until is different than 1. It's gonna Frank jump scare counter. Frank jump scare counter. Change variable by -1 every 0.5 seconds. And then it's gonna set the random value from like 5 to 10. So it'll choose 1. Show variable. Frank jump scare counter. No, Frank jump scare counter. Right here. When Frank jump scare counter equals 0, you're going to set variable to 0. Frank jump scare counter active to 0. That way it stops. So I'm going to see. This will be Frank status. Incoming encounter. Compare Frank model. Oh, bless me. Okay. So I obviously gotta change the jump scare counter. So he should be moving now. Oh, wrong one. It was supposed to be Frank jump scare counter. So see, it'll go down until the door is closed. He won't disappear. So when Frank jump scare counter is 0, if door status, where's door status? Door status right. Door status right equals 1. Then he'll go back to the stage. Wrong one. Door status right, he'll go back to the stage. Else, it'll broadcast. It'll broadcast Frank jump scare. Broadcast Frank jump scare. When you receive Frank jump scare, show, and then repeat until. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Repeat until the number equals 8. Look number equals 8. And it'll do next look 0, 0.5, and then you'll jump to frame. Where's it at? Or start scene. start scene, game over. That means it's jump scare. I don't have a scream yet, so let me add that. This will be pretty loud, so I want to set the volume lower, but it controls the entire volume. You know, I'll just do it. Alright. So, he'll go all the way to my office, and he'll appear at the door. I have to close the door. Since the status is 1, he'll get sent back to the stage. Or not. Did I not do it right? Fred at door. So when door status, if door status right, oh, I probably have to do forever, huh? Okay, so set variable Frank jumpscare counter to 1. I don't. What the heck? I mean, Frank jumpscare counter. Oh, it's supposed to be Frank's status. Frank's status to 1. And so he's gonna move his happy ass all the way over to here. Come on. He should get sent back to stage, yeah. Whoa, what the heck? What did that... Oh, okay. I don't know what that did. Oh, now I know what happened. It's repeat. I have to put repeat until Frank jumpscare counter is not equal, different than 0. Different than 0. That's why I kept spazzing out like that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. So he went back to the stage. And then he's going to continue doing his thing, trying to get to our office. Cam 4. But when he makes it into our office, it should activate the jump scare. Oh, I don't know why it's lagging like that. I'm going to change this to an if statement. Or actually... Fred jump scare in progress. Fred jump scare in progress. So... There's one. Broadcast Frank Jumpscare. Then stop the script. So that means when he enters our office, it'll only, because I think it's playing it on a continuous loop. Okay, we'll let him into our office. Yeah, there we go. See? Nice. But the jump scare was supposed to be quicker? Oh, 2.05 seconds. Set Frank status to... I'm gonna set it to 3. So it should be right here already. There we go. Cap 6. There you go. It's by the door. Yeah. So that's fine. It's alright. So we know it works. Now we gotta do the rest with... do it with the rest, actually. So... Frank. We're gonna change it back to 5 seconds. And then we will set variable Frank status to 1. And this time I'm going to show the Cameron movement counter. Compare Cameron number. And select a number Cameron. So we're going to change Cameron back to her usual time, which was, I think, 0.05. Now we need her hall. Then we're going to pack all of these, and then we're going to change it to Cameron instead. Jump scare. Okay, then we're going to unpack. Frank jump scare counter, it's going to be Cameron jump scare counter. Cameron jump scare counter. to hack. When I receive cam jump scare, it's gonna show. For this specific jump scare, I wanted to repeat like 5 times. Then it's gonna start seeing game over. So that means when Cameron is around the corner, whoa, okay, so apparently something went wrong. Yes, I think I did something wrong. Yeah, till cam jump scare counter. Different than 0. Okay, yeah, she's right there now. Then it should broadcast her jump scare to reach 0. It did not play the sound though, but it did it. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to set her. Okay, this doesn't need to be here. Camera says. That was just something extra. I guess I just left. Yeah. So she should be right here now. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it works. 0.08. Now it's Barnabas' turn. Oh, okay. There we go. Now this is just gonna be Barnabas. There we go. Barn jump scare. We forgot to add it to this one, so do whatever character jump scare you want to do. And then barn jump scare. It's gonna show unpack this one. Start sound. Set volume. Should be. Repeat until 5. Equals 5. Or whatever your max jump scare or your last frame is. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So mine's gonna be 5. No, wait, 2 seconds. And then you are going to start seeing game over. So it should be good. This time it's gonna be barn status, barn movement counter, compare barn number, selected number barn. Selected number barn. There we go. So oh yes, I forgot to change her position and the time he's moving. 0.05. And then for Cameron, I'm going to change it back to 1. Okay. There we go. So should be... Oh, she moved at the same time? Oh, I forgot to change her thing down. Okay, I gotta close the door for her. Didn't expect to actually play my own game right now. Oh yes, I forgot. You're supposed to change for Barnabas at door. You're supposed to change it to door status left. Door status left. Alright, so there we go. Okay, he's right here. Okay, he's right here. Okay. I did not expect to be playing my own game right now. Okay, so it works. It works. Alright. So it works. You know that. So now that we know that it works, I'm going to work on the game over now. I'm going to copy the static wherever it is. Allocate the static. I'm going to backpack it. Pack static. There we go. Unpack. Unpack. When scene starts, set transparency to 0. Wait, script. So when I start the scene, it should just automatically play the static. Then we're gonna make it a certain amount of time. And wait like 3 seconds. Broadcast. Oh, wrong one. Broadcast. Fade. Fade static. When you receive fade static, it's gonna repeat until transparency is 10. So, should wait 3 seconds and then it should fade. Yeah, there we go. So it did it. And then I'm going to insert my game over screen. Alright, yeah. So, set size to 125 like usual. 0. 0. There we go. And I'm going to place it behind this. Yeah. With the static, we need it to be more visible. Until transparency equals 5. Something's wrong because it's not fully fading. Oh, that's right. I need the transparency to be at 100. I'm done. Transparency to 90. So that means it'll fade. Yeah, there we go. Static a little bit visible, so we'll do it at a 70, because a 70 is fine. Okay, so there we go. So wait 5 seconds. And then you will, actually you wrong one, to be brick. We'll do it on this one. Wait 5 seconds, and then jump to menu. Or if you're impatient, when tapped, it'll go to menu. So the static will play. And then after 5 seconds, it'll take you back to the menu. See? Alright. It's nice. It means when you also tap on this one, yeah, it'll just completely take you to the menu. Alright, so let's take it from the top. Okay, so then we gotta get rid of the time up there. It's on Barnabas's. There we go. So we will go to... They will each have their own movement counters. So Frank will be a little bit longer than the rest of them. He will be from... $80 to $250. $80 to $250, since we want him to be take a little bit more of his sweet ass time. Right, it's time to take it from the top. Alright, so we got the menu. Should be glitching, but yeah, there we go, he glitched. Then we got the newspaper. We skipped that. We got the current night. Or, yeah, the current night. I just put scary night, that's all. And then, this is where the fun begins. So I'm going to test out my game. But before I test it out, I want to make them faster. Now they're all going to be moving. Quickly, yep, see, he's gone already. Ooh, he's already on the move, so is she. Damn, they both disappeared at the same time. Barnabas is about to be right here. Oh, Frank is gone. Oh, damn, that was pretty. I did not expect to lose that quickly. Okay, so. What the f. Okay, what just happened? Pocket code is so buggy, I swear. He's gone already. She's gone. Oh, they're all in the dining room. Oh, she's gone. Oh shit. Oh damn, they're all moving pretty fast. I mean, I set them to that, but. Oh. She's gone. Oh, they all gotta start making moves already. It's anyone's move from here. Maybe they're bugged, that's why they're not moving. Alright, I'm gonna just get jump scared. Alright. So it obviously works. He's on the move. All of them are on the move. Oh, shit. Oh, they're all right there. Oh. Oh, damn. One after another, huh? I wonder what's happening with Barnabas over here. Hmm. Okay. So, it obviously works. Um, yeah, that's it for this one. Hope you guys found it useful. This one probably is going to be the pretty longest out of the rest of them, but that's because we're working on AI. But, hope you guys found it useful. Later.